There's nothing that people love more than the Wadsworth Constant. That and clever card tricks. So here's another clever card trick that you guys can show to your friends and family on a midnight summer's dream. You could use any deck you want, but what is important is what? Huh? Oh, guys, we have a guest. We have a guest. We have a guest. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer, guys, she's on here today. My special guest, Amy Schumer. Hey, Amy, how are your movies going? Oh boy, I guess she doesn't talk to cis white privileged males. Well, it was great to see you, Amy. I really hope good luck. I hope you have good luck in your future endeavors. Amy Schumer, ladies and gentlemen, Amy Schumer. Round of applause for that one. Holy shit. So here's a trick. Here's the trick. And it's actually more of a memory test and less of a trick. And it actually requires the box to be in a very specific and precise. It's gotta be precise. Okay, right there is perfect. So, sir, we're gonna have you pick a card here. You're gonna use your white privilege to pick any card you want. Usually, I would have to restrict your choice, but again, you're using your privilege here. And of course, the spectator picks the Three of Hearts, a great selection. This card is then lost among the other cards forevermore, much like a puppy in the rain. And here you inform the spectator that the memory test that they were unaware that they were a part of is ready to begin. So you tell them, sir, if you remember, before I had you select a card with your white privilege, I placed a card underneath the card box. What was that card, sir? And of course, the spectator is going to respond, the Five of Spades. And you go, you know what? You're right. Yeah, it is the five. But I want you to remember, it was under the card box the entire time, sir. So that might have been a little bit of a distractor to you. But here's what statistically you have likely forgotten at this point. Remember that I let you, with your white privilege, reach into the deck and pick out any card you wanted. Statistically, enough time has passed that you have likely forgotten the card you picked. Go ahead. What's the card you picked, sir? And of course, the spectator names their card and you go, unfortunately, see, this is where I thought your memory was better, because it's you picked the Five of Spades, sir. You don't remember that? You don't? That's I thought you'd remember that. Under the box? Well, it's the card you picked. So here's how to do this wondrous trick. Again, it's a fairly simple trick, nothing too complicated. You shouldn't get your privilege checked because of this. So all you need is a card box and a deck. You have the deck shuffled and mixed however it is that you want, assuming that the spectator doesn't destroy the very expensive Tycoon deck here. And then you're going to say that the next trick requires precise placement of the card box here. And of course, here what you're doing is you're flashing the top card of the deck, which is the Nine of Clubs here. You're just flashing it as you arbitrarily put the deck or the box in a position that doesn't matter. But here, it's going to set up the premise of the memory test later on. So you are just adjusting this card box until you feel the environment get a little bit awkward. When you feel like people are going to leave and check their phone, that's when you go, okay, I think that's good enough. Just leave this under here. Sir, we're going to have you pick a card. And of course, you just do that without really calling too much attention to it. You don't want to say, hey, I put a card under the box. They're going to see you do it. And that's going to be the end of it, honestly. So here you have them pick a card. In this case, it's going to be the Ace of Clubs. This card is going to get control to the top in whatever way you want. I like doing a Charlie Air cut, followed by the Old Marlowe pushdown, followed by you guessed it, the Special Olympics spread pass move to get it to the top of the deck. You can use whatever you want. I like the Special Olympics version of the spread pass move because it reminds me that I'm privileged. So that's typically the way it's done. So now the card is on top. Again, double undercut also works. For those of you that are more magically inclined, double undercut works. So that card's on top of the deck. And you remind a spectator that you put a card under the box here. And here you're going to do a very clever turnaround move that I first saw in expert card technique, that you're simply going to turn this card over just like this against your body. That's right, against your body. So pretending, let's see if I could have a stand-in. Amy Schumer, I'm going to need you for a little bit. That's right, Amy Schumer. So pretending this is your body here, I'm going to assume that this is your thigh. Amy Schumer is going to represent the thigh. You're just going to put the card against your thigh and turn it over just in the side of your body here. This is a very well hidden move, considering all the attention is going to be in the card box and the card that's underneath the card box here. So that's a non-move. You're just turning over the top card. Now, of course, you're getting a break also. Okay, I don't need Amy Schumer anymore, you fat fuck. So here, you've turned this card over secretly against your thigh, and you now have a break underneath it. Because as you turn this card over and they say whatever they say, they might not remember the name of the card. They might remember whatever it is. You go, see, it's the 9 of clubs. See, when you get attention, you're going to relax. Then you're going to put this on top of the deck and square everything up. Now you notice you have the arbitrary card that was underneath the card box, followed by the card that they picked here, ready to be switched out. Switched out. So now all you're going to do is turn this double over. Say, remember, that's been under the card box before we started, so I'm very impressed at your memory. Or whatever it is that you need to say to justify the fact that it was underneath the card box. And then you call back attention to the fact that you spread the deck out before we started. Now here all I'm doing is I'm swing cutting, getting a break, saying you could have picked any one of these cards. You used your white privilege to pick one card in particular. I'm out jogging the card that's at the break. You see what I'm doing? I'm spreading to the break, out jogging that card, and I'm saying, hey, you could have picked any card you wanted. But statistically, enough time has passed where you have likely forgotten this card. So go ahead, name the card, and they're going to name the card they originally picked. This is when you turn over the 9 of clubs and you say, I thought your memory was better than that. I guess it's all the Amy Schumer movies. What's this card? Oh, and that ends up being the card they picked. So it's a little bit of a cute transposition idea. Again, it's nothing earth-shattering. It's nothing new. It's just literally a control. You're turning the card over against your massive erect thigh. And you're doing a little bit of a switch there. So it's a hot trick. It's definitely one that hits hard. You're going to get those awesome reactions where the spectator go, no way! And then they run around the hood. The hood. So that's a trick. You guys make sure to keep watching the videos and subscribe and support Magic for Cunts. I'm going to go figure out different ways to have a fat fetish.
See you again when I see you again. 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 When I see you again.